So hello everybody, welcome to my live stream episode 21. Later release, I set a lot of legal problems with the company it's very ridiculous. I don't want to go into it too much here. They basically wants me, they sent a bill to me to the wrong address, because you know I moved right a few months, like a month, 2 months back. Sent the bill to the other place, even though they always sent the bill to me by email. They never sent the bill to me at an actual physical address. I always told them only email since a year back. They suddenly sent it to my physical address for the first time after I moved, and then they're like, oh, you owe us like triple the money now because you didn't answer the right. I'm like, what? I ended that contract with you 4 months back, and during the time before that you never sent it to me by physical mail, and suddenly you wanted it by physical mail because I moved, right? So yeah, I don't know. Then I get my money, right? It's ridiculous. So anyway, anime, time for some anime to do that. So 3, 2, 1, here's episode 21, and go. Yeah, sorry for that, but I just felt that I need to mention it. I mean, it's so irritating. like, so they obviously sent it to me, like, purposely on the wrong address. Like, oh yeah, oh, you moved, oh, we didn't know that. We always send this by physical mail. We never did it by, you know, email, even though we have this written. Anyway, okay, so here they're gonna purge, or maybe it's gonna be purging, right? Yeah. They're gonna kill the mages. I like the guy next to us. He's like, oh no, yeah, the guy with the Lexus here. That freaked out last. That was pretty good. It seems really weird. Suddenly they're gonna kill all the, yeah, the mages. But how many mages are they? Like, don't the lords have like gigantic armies? The mages are quite, you know, ridiculously underpowered. I mean, they might be strong per person, but like, aren't they so few? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They don't have like an army. They have like every soldier is with them though against the mages. So how can they go around and stab people? The mages should be protected by the armies, right? They shouldn't just like. There's one thing that some people could stab during the night, but after that, it's like maybe the lords would protect them, you know, with the huge armies. Oh god, oh god, it's so ridiculous that whole thing happened to me. Yeah, it's like $40. Is it $20? I know they want $40, and I already paid like whatever. I just paid the money so they can't take me to court, right? I was like, I'm going to court for this crap money. Yeah, if it was like 50,000, I'm gonna go to court for like $20. Are you insane? I'm just already paying it. That being said, of course, I'm gonna, you know, demand they pay it back right afterwards. But yeah, I was gonna go to court for $20. It's absurd. Well, the other way around, I might do though. Yeah, but not for the first time. Which is so funny, so absurdly, ridiculously illegal what they've done. They basically, as I mentioned, they sent. Sorry for me, I'm so upset with anything. Someone literally just sent me a bill right to my former address when they know I moved in there. Pretty much on purpose, they sent me a bill for something I don't actually even use, something I don't even have used, or haven't even got. So they haven't even given me the service. Yeah. So there's the bill for something that I haven't actually got. Right. They just sending me a bill for nothing, so clearly illegal already. And then I was sending it to my former address, which they, I guess, can figure out by whatever moving things on purposely twice. And then forced me to say, oh, you didn't pay like 3 days on you, pay more or less, you didn't pay. Yeah, I was like, what? And now I finally got it now from the state. Like someone has looked at your finances, and obviously you know, I'm not super rich, but I can $20. It's like it's not even you know, like I don't even a percentage of my wealth, right? Ah, funny. I wish I lived in Grancrest side. People are evil with magic. They were like unhandedly using some weird holes in the legal system to use absurd stuff, right? But already the mages use like a few guys though. Like there are a few hundred mages, which might be strong, but again, can't they just kill them with their like absurdly much bigger armies? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, for the Imperial Army! Yes, Imperial Army! That's nice. Imperial Army. Which I mean should be so much bigger, right? I mean the Imperial Army should be like 100 times bigger than the Mage Army at least, right? Like, what is it? One state or something? Like one country? How can they trust in the Mage hero? How can they trust these guys? I mean obviously Asleigh is a good girl, but... Can they trust this guy? And that guy next to Alexis! We even look suspicious this episode too! You can't trust that guy! He wasn't trustworthy last week. Obviously Soma is trustworthy because it's Soma-kun, but... Yeah, it's Soma-kun. If you ever noticed, I said the first episode, I think... Where she went nude for her if she isn't. It's like she went nude, right? She went nude for her. So if she would not be in her, you know, she's okay, talking now here. I mean, this guy still is a traitor. Okay, officially traiting them. But at least he kind of like, I'm leaving. I kind of like, yeah, that's kind of fine. He's like, well, I'm loyal to this side, so I have to go back there. I'm sorry, and like this better than being like a secret traitor. But at the same time, though, I think his boss probably wants him to stay there, right? And unless I mean the Pope probably wants to stay there, right? And give him the secrets. But yeah. Yeah. But it's kind of like, if you can't use their magic, then they're pretty useless. Should they keep their wand, kind of like lock it away somehow, and then use it at battle? It's a cute red-headed maid suddenly. So but they're gonna be useless humans then or something. I guess they're gonna be. This sounds like a monk there. Yeah, so like, what's the monk doing there? You know, it's like this, yeah, like the whole. So they only have Irami, right? They have everything else pretty much. They have the whole world except like, I don't know, Burgundia. Yeah, it looks like pretty much the middle of between Europe, the Renaissance area, and Europe and, you know, France and Germany. It's like former Burgundy or Savoy or something. Like they have that going for them. Maybe like Schweiz, yeah, or I don't know, Belgium, but look more south than Belgium. Something like that going for them. Versus, I don't know, the rest of Europe plus Middle East and East Asia. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think the army has some issues, right? Some issues. Have you must know that? You gotta follow me. I'm guessing these tattooed people, they can probably fight or whatever. Artist people, they can probably use their tattooed magic and so on. That's probably like fine. I guess she hates her father for some reason. He's a douchebag or something. I don't know. I think he's a traitor, so yeah. Being eliminated, yeah. She's like, I didn't die, I was eliminated. This anime is so weird sometimes. Yeah, no, this cat is back. Yeah, it's like, you remember me, cat? But the cat can still use magic. I think. Oh, this is weird. This looks weird. She's like, Asleigh, oh yeah, this is like... Wait, are they actual sisters? I don't know. They're best friends, right? Are they best friends or are they sisters? I mean, I'm kind of like she just was like a young kid, so I want to say she's a sister more than just being like her oldest friend or something. Just eyes, so I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. I think he's traitor still. I don't trust this guy. He's like, you're my daughter, but he's evil. But okay, she's... Was it ever said before? And also, yeah, and she's not a mage. She's like, yeah, like I guess I don't understand. I think this is the first time we know. Yeah, they're actual sisters, and she always said like she's my best friend, right? Yeah. Or something. But she said I'm not a molest. Yeah, so I guess she left her family or something. But why is she an artist and not a magician like the other ones are? That is never, I guess, never played anime. Like, they never really explained how you become like an artist like her. How do you learn to use tattoo magic or something? What is that thing? Yeah, that is confusing, to the least. In my opinion, everything. Yeah. This thing is mad, I guess. She's dead. She's probably dead, right? She's probably dead, right? She's a traitor? It feels kind of weird, yeah. It's probably some other... Why would she be the traitor for? And why would she be such a bad traitor to? She could do it much better. Why is she trying to like talk to her? Yeah, like what is this absurdly bad assassin? What is it horrible assassin attempt? Why is it so badly done though? What? Like, why is it so... This is so weird. Why is she a traitor for? And why is she so bad at doing it? I guess she won't kill his sister or something, but... He's like, whatever, let's resign. Yeah, Theo's like, whatever, it's in my tent. I guess she used like fail on purpose or something? Super confusing. It's like brainwashed, she had to like fight her brainwash to not kill her maybe? Yeah, this is super confusing right now. Wait, it's a hidden inside the secret, so it's like hidden. It's like hidden inside the hidden, I guess. Yeah, good. It's confirmed. But that was so weird. It's like, wake up! Yeah, it feels absurdly bad otherwise. Like, how would she... Ooh, my oppai. Yeah. I guess it's a fight this control, right? Yes. Of course. I guess she's dying now, like she's breathing, yeah. Maybe her father could save her. I don't know. This is super weird. Why is they explaining more stuff? It's like a hint. Yeah. Because said before we had his stats. Okay, this is so weird. This is super gruesome right now, but yeah, she can probably save her. She's like, yeah, you know, I have a healing medic. Yeah, Priscilla's always like in the corner, like, yeah. And when she does stuff, I was like, whatever, I can heal them. It's easy. It's like, I do this thing, and it's over. So I was like, whatever. I got this deus machina heal. Nice, oh pies. Yeah, it's like, of course. Yeah, it's like, oh, don't worry, I have the grail. Oh yeah, and then her tattoo. See if we can go on there on her eye. The scar tattoo thing. Yeah. She did so easily too. Yeah. Whatever, it's running. I did what I need to do. Yeah, it's over. you're my cult, girl. You're my cult, right? Those all her tattoos, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, she lost her artist thing. Yeah, Theo's like, I don't care. Of course not. But I guess she lost all her spells then, or whatever enhancements, fighting thing, yeah. Super weird that she's not explaining now her cult. Explain your cult now, yeah. Please explain the backstory. And the Pandora is like a mage station? It's getting confusing now. Why is she in Pandora? Yeah, obviously they're... Wait, so Pandora is an other mage group inside the mage group or something. It sounds super confusing. And she is in it for some reason. I'm guessing the vampire is the leader of Pandora then. But aren't all the mages going evil now? So aren't the mages like Pandora? Like, what? Super confusing. It feels weird saying that Pandora is not, because isn't the actual leader of the mage in Pandora then? Because he's killing the other mage, right? So isn't he... So like half the mages are in Pandora, I guess. Obviously the Vampire King is in Pandora, that's obviously what. Okay, so apparently everyone is a traitor or something. Apparently all of them are, yeah, like every damn artist is probably a Pandora, right? Then half the lords are actually evil or something, and they're all in the evil mage cult for some reason. And they are actually sisters. That was never mentioned before, right? Very confusing as well. But why did she join them? Like, it's no backstory here. Like, why was she in Pandora? She was like, oh, I don't know. I hated my daughter, so... Or father, I mean, yeah. Oh, I had my daddy. Okay, so they are not related by blood. Okay, yeah! We're not blood related! This episode, like, yes... We're sisters, but not by blood. It's like... Oh, that's true. She's adopted as well, right? By father, I guess. That is true. I guess he adopts like talented magic girls, right? I guess. Or something like that. That's true. I suppose. Really weird. She's probably gonna die anyway now. Oh, he's dead, probably. Or the... The fish are weird. Like, how many are they? They're in one country. Like, they're one country. And, like, they have thousands of mages. But, like, don't the other guys have, you know, they have the rest of Europe with them. Like, it's ridiculous. Eramis saw it as one country. It's one little country. With a lot of mages. And apparently absurd amount of traitors in the rest of the world. Yes, and you have absurdly more people that's supporting you. They have one country. Yes, that's gonna be the last final battle. They probably have more there, but... I like how I said we're not blood related. Like the beginning of any hentai. Like that's... If you ever watch the hentai from like the early 90s, so I guess around 90s as well, but especially early 90s. F3 or so. It's always like they are probably related by blood in the Japanese version, but in English version it's always like we are not sisters by blood. Yeah, it sounds like a very, very, you know, mention that we are not by blood family. Yeah, like there's a classic line, right? We are family, not by blood though. Yeah, very, very classic. Yeah. I was just thinking that too. Oh, okay. Yeah. It felt like it was a weird episode. Yeah, like the episode, I don't know. It felt like not much happened, honestly. Like, the whole Asleigh thing and of Siluca, that's a big thing, right? The rest was kind of like, well, they pushed people. I kind of... Holy grail. Yeah, Priscilla saving days always. But I kind of hoped they were going for something more. Like, they were going to go for something... I kind of hoped they were going to go for something like... I don't know, more like a purge? Something like that. Well, yeah, that's review episode 21 of Grancrest. Yeah, but I really feel I kind of hope that we're gonna go for something more like, not really, like the Purge movie, the anarchy, and so on, like these murder people, but something similar. The beginning was kind of more what I was thinking about the episode. Like they were gonna go in there and they were gonna fight these people, right? They were gonna fight these random people. But yeah, like that didn't really come to pass. Like the first minute so kind of like, oh, they're murdering mages, and then it went into the tent stuff and talking for a long time. I kind of wish they would have more of that kind of battling. That would be really cool, like having mages. Also, one thing I don't like with that thing, how would I explain it without sounding too new? But it was like one thing I don't like with it. It says they're kind of going there to stab people, and that's one thing when they're sleeping and so assessing them. But afterwards, after a while there, it gets kind of lame because this is always a problem I think with a lot of, not just anime, like Marvel and so on as well. It's kind of like, oh, we're gonna go and kill this guy, and they just die. When if you're gonna go and like kill a superhero when he's sleeping, he wakes up, he can use his power, right? And it's a lot of problem here. They kind of go and stab a lot of mages, but after a while, it sounds like they're just getting like, murdered. Like take an example, like Order 66 in Star Wars, right? It feels like the scene where, spoilers here, Anakin kills the children. It feels like that effect, right? The other mages, they just enter and just slaughter these other guys. But the loyal mages are also magicians, right? So I think that actual scenes were really lame in a way, because in the beginning it's kind of like, stab, you're sleeping. But after that, I expect them to be kind of like, well, no rest are awake. They could be like, fireballing, and it could be like bam, 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 like that, right? It should be more explosive in trying to, kill these other mages, because you all have magic, right? Similarly, the last scene there, when you kind of find the bed place, and everyone just lying dead there on the grass. That should have been more, more devastation to the ground and so on. Because we were fighting mages, artists and so on, and they all have different abilities, magics and skills, and magical whatever enhancements and so on. So the ground should be more destroyed and so on, right? So they took a really like lame kind of like just rogue assassin ninja, yeah, for everyone apparently. So that actually makes no sense whatsoever thinking about it, but it's very non-dynamic, I guess, something like that. Otherwise, though, it's interesting. This is the thing. I think that's new, right? Would I miss that? Like their sisters, like that was weird. Well, something was also really weird, which I actually didn't like at all. Was the whole like Pandora thing. In a way, how she said it, like there is Pandora in the hidden, because it's like. Wait, aren't they hidden? There was a sentence there that sounded really weird. Where she was like, in the hidden association of the mages. So it's like, the mages are one group of people, right? The general group. And then the mages are hidden. The hidden group of mages. It's a kind of subgroup of mages. And then in that group is Pandora or something. Yeah, like it sounded like it was three groups. It's mages, hidden groups of mages, and then it's Pandora inside the healing group. So it's like another subgroup. And they are in this group that are like branded like her or something. Something like that. Like she's a subset of the yeah, it's like we have mages, there are some of them are evil, and then some of the evil are Pandorians. Something like that. I don't know. It was confusing, honestly. Some probably could say you're an idiot now, but like, yeah, I think it was like that time especially sounded really weird. Like it sounded really, really weird. Like it's supposed to be a group of a group of a group or something. I was like, what? And then that's created back to later on there. She's talking about it, and it's kind of like that was not very good either. She was like, because she's like, oh, there's a lot of Pandora people. The more you think it is and so on, they're hiding away and blah blah. But isn't their mage leader, the guy, the evil Pope guy, isn't he the leader of Pandora, him or the vampire? And they are not officially against all the mages. So she's like, oh, the Pandora, they will be hiding away and so on. I guess they're hiding away in the camp and so on. But aren't they not the official leader of the mages? But it wasn't, kind of like they weren't. Kind of like they have the evil mages are now in the mage group. They're like the control of the mages now. And then the Pandorans are working for them, and they are not with them, but they're also like it got like, I feel like two different evil mage groups. It sounded like, yeah, like it's two different evil mage groups, but they're on the same team though. For some, yeah, that was Obviously they are, but yeah, that was super weird. Like, it was very, very weirdly, maybe, and honestly, I'm obsessed with the whole freaking bank, the illegal bill thing, right? So my mind's a little clouded, but, so I was reading the text more than I was listening to it. Otherwise, I usually listen to text and I do my own Japanese, you know, translation in my own head, right? And not actually reading text so much. Usually I watch anime without, you know, subtext, right? So it might be the translation, honestly, because there were, in my opinion at least, a lot of sentences that were weird. And yes, I'm a little tired in my head, right? So I wasn't, sorry for that, because I wasn't listening to the Japanese that much as I usually do. I was kind of just reading it and being like, But well, on the same time though, it was just so weird, it was just so many sentences that were so confusing how they were stated. So in that sense, also when I read that, you know, my brain kind of turns off the Japanese, right? And I'm just trying to read that line a few times more. I'm like, yeah, in that way, I think that also is a reason though, because your brain just, you know, got triggered by that text, right? And I keep like, what? And if I wasn't live reacting, I'll just go back, right, and be like, let me watch it again, because that was weird. That was really weird. That was very confusing. Or generally, it felt more like it's, well, it feels more like this. I feel it's like, it's not that confusing actually, probably. It just sounded confusing. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like someone here is saying something that is probably way less complex than it actually is, but they're stating it in just a horrible way that is probably, it just sounds worse than it is. Because you're like, some of this isn't more like, you know, we have mages, half of them are apparently evil, and in an evil group they are assassins. So they are specifically, you know, like terrorist cells. Damned, right? That's how it is. And she's like, I'm an evil mage because I left father and an evil mage. Like, that's how it is, right? But instead they were like weirdly trying to explain it in a very, very rough way. I think that they made it sound 10 times more confusing than it actually is. That's how I feel about it mainly. I'm like, but I don't know. They're sisters. But not by blood. But not by blood.